Hey everyone, this is Gary Kay, and welcome to an ISE edition of my Rants and Raves videocast. As you can see, we're coming to you inside the Alleo platform, and I'm joined with Glenn Waston, who is the director of EMEA for Alleo. First off, Glenn, thanks for joining me, and congratulations on an amazing platform. First off, for people that don't know who Alleo is, tell them a little bit about what Alleo does and what we're doing here inside of your platform.
Thanks for having us and accepting us to be in our platform. So great to be on the show, Gary. So Alleo is a interactive digital canvas, which allows you to, in one place, bring together people, content, and tools to create a better experience for equitable engagement in the collaboration and the presentation space. We try to purposefully drive ideas to outcomes, and that's really in this space that's what we allow to do. In general, you could say we are tackling the deep collaboration problem, but specifically at ISE, we're going to focus on the use case of briefing centers, customer experience centers, and link to that operation centers, crisis rooms, etc.
Well, everyone knows collaboration from, we use that term to kind of describe what Zoom and Teams and companies like that do, but you're referencing something called deep collaboration, and what we're actually, what you're able to do is substantially different than what Teams and Zoom do, and actually can complement what they do, and it gives you the ability to do software-based collaboration and even hard space and interactive collaboration as well. Talk about what you mean by deep collaboration, how that's different versus what we know as collaboration.
I think the easiest metaphor is comparing pieces of the puzzle versus the puzzle. I think in collaboration today, we see different tools tackling a specific task, whether it's the people component, amazing tools, Teams, Zoom, WebEx, that do the communication part very well. There's the content part, which is sharing on OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, etc. And then there's tools like Asana or BIM or some ideation tools with sticky notes, Miro, etc. But they're all tackling a small part.
Right.
If you allow me, when you look at the definition of deep collaboration, the definition is really about combining productivity and collaboration in a single place. That's the centralized place that Alleo is pertaining to be, but also very purposeful. So you need the people, you need the content and the tools, but you also have to be able to access it at any time from any device and any location. Otherwise, you're losing that strong, let's say, collaborative aspect. I think when you look at the difference, we believe at Alleo better together, that people work better as a team. And if you look at team collaboration, we see that it's like a perpetual circle of you create ideas, you collaborate, you meet, you socialize, you define problems, you find solutions, and then you present, which starts the circle again in another function, another region, another customer. The problem today, now that post-COVID everybody's working from home, is that the more people, the more content, the more tools that you're bringing together, the more complex this becomes, right? The more and more interactions that you engage, that's really the problem of deep collaboration. How do you simplify that and make it purposeful? And that's really what we're trying to achieve with Alleo.
Well, I think you answered my next question by just showing what you're showing here, because I was going to ask you, how are you different than any of these traditional collaboration tools? And really what you're done is combined the people collaboration, video and audio collaboration, and the content collaboration all into one platform. And you're able to have a meeting and have all of your content available on the same, like, as you called it, digital canvas, all at the same time. I guess that is your big differentiator, right?
It is a big, and again, that's also why we're saying we're not competing against the other products. Video conferencing is an inherent part of deep collaboration.
Yeah, you can use any conferencing. You can use any UC platform with this, right?
You could integrate Alleo with Teams or Zoom. You could integrate Alleo with your OneDrive or Google Drive content bases, so you can bring it all together. But it's important to get it into a single space in order to be meaningful, and that's really the important part of that. And of course, that's why our design, our 4 key design elements are focused on making that a better experience.
Yeah, and you'll be in stand number 2Q610, 2Q610. if I come to your stand at ISE, which I hope people will, there you go. Tell me what I'm going to see. How are you going to demonstrate this? Like, how are you going to immerse people in this experience?
Well, let me first talk about the kind of the differentiate, if I may, Gary, about what are we different, and then some of the images that might trigger the people to stop by, right? I
Okay.
think if
All
you
right.
look
Go
at
for it.
the differentiators of Alleo versus the more the simple collaboration element, I think number one is really accessibility. When you look at, as you can see, you are in a browser-based solution
Right.
that anybody from any device and anywhere can access, which drives inclusion. So what you can see in more traditional solutions is that, oh, you have to be in the room or it's not the same experience. And so people at
Right.
home don't feel included in the conversation because they don't have the same tools. Here with Aleo, you have a level playing field, right? The second part is customization. There are some other tools that have templates, but they are their templates. It's the Microsoft front row. It's the
Right.
Miro template. What we are allowing you to do is create your corporate templates, very easily adapted and able to pivot on a like this board as we created for rAVe. This is an Alleo board, but it's the look and feel of the
Right.
rAVe agency, right? The third
Right.
one, I think that's a really important one, is simplification. Because we have zero code programming, we can create interactions like you see those menu structures at the bottom. You don't have any toolbars. Even the most simple collaboration tools like Miro or Mural, they have 27 buttons, right? This is a customized template that only has the buttons that you need, which means if you work with customers or users, they don't have to figure out how to operate it. Those are the buttons that you need, necessary and sufficient to make it work. And then I think finally, the engagement, the fact that you can interact with your content, the fact that you can drag and drop content, that you can add content, that you can work together on other people's content, I think increases the engagement. And indeed, if you bring different people together, their minds together, you get a faster innovation, a better innovation. And that's really what we're driving our product on to make that work. Now, if you talk about what people are going to see, and I'm very excited about that because our booth is focused on customer experience centers, you really will see the ability of having multiple screens working in sync, like in a collaboration center. And this is accessible for the people in the room as well as for the people that are at home. They get the same experience. You can see you can move content around either on the screen itself, but also for some customer experience centers where there are, for instance, there's a presenter stand and people want to have in an auditorium dictate where stuff is going, right? They want to manage the
Mm-hmm.
experience as a whole. And if you look at this experience of three screens, these screens could be in a plenary room, right? They could also be breakout rooms where people can
Right.
collaborate in breakout rooms. But as a central presenter, I have the overview of what's happening. Some experience centers can be broken up in subcomponents, right? You have either three screens for a plenary session, or you have three smaller meeting rooms, which can be you can work on together. So all of this and more we will show at the at ISE this year. Indeed, as you said, booth 2Q 610 in Hall 2.
Yeah, and so what you're basically showing is a hybrid and high flex platform all in one that includes whatever video platform you want, whatever kind of whiteboarding you want, whatever kind of
Exactly.
content that you want. It's a really neat concept. I mean, if you don't know who they are, you should check them out, and you should definitely go to their booth 2Q610. And I believe your URL is withaleo.com, right?
Exactly, with the layer.com, and we will have a show during the or a full experience center demo as well on the booth Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 11:30 and 3:30, on Friday only in the morning. Obviously, in the afternoon most people are already gone. And there is, and I will add this link later on in the comments. But you will be able to schedule a specific meetup as well at the booth with us, so that we can really make sure that you have our full attention at the show as well.
Excellent, and I hope that people will do that. And it is a really cool platform. I was introduced to it over a year and a half ago and was blown away by what I saw. And I think that I don't know why everyone's not using this as a collaboration system inside of meeting spaces and experience spaces, as you said. Check them out at withalleo.com. Glenn, I really appreciate you doing this demo and being willing to do it inside the platform itself. And of course, you can see all of our ISE coverage at ravepubs.com/ISE. You can see all of our video casts at ravepubs.com. Just click on the podcast link. So, Glenn, thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you, Gary. See you in Barcelona, I hope.
All right. Bye-bye.